my children do deserve a two-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that...
You have a guilt?
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. Mm-hmm. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically, that's our thing.
But what about now in having new kids and creating, is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please. Go there.
Okay. Well, having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another one.
Mm-hmm. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a two-parent home for your child that you already have and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay.
Goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, mm-hmm. It has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
Okay.
So that's what I do believe in. I do believe there should always be a two-figure household.
Can I ask you something you might get mad at me about?
Man, you can't make me mad. I'm bulletproof.
You know what makes me mad? What makes me mad is that we have these sisters. We have way too many sisters, man, who try to hold men accountable, quote unquote, who try to check men, quote unquote, but yet they ish stinks. Worse than his. Worse than Cam Newton's, right? Now, here's the thing. K. Michelle's biggest issue throughout this whole interview is that, well, you know, y'all men destroying homes. Y'all don't want to sit over here and create homes. Y'all constantly bickering back and forth with women, this, that, and the third. So she's really making it a man issue. When this is the same woman who has not changed since she's been on Love and Hip Hop. She's been the exact way since Love and Hip Hop.
Your face, stop. I can look how I want to look, bitch. The is the problem. I can look like I want to look, bitch. Look at this simple ass bitch.
Whoa.
Ain't no
What
way
is happening?
And for the record, I said something. She didn't say nothing about you having a phone. I said something. Take that out on me. It was me. She said nothing. I said it.
So you're saying it's misdirected?
That's what I'm saying.
So now the new information is you might have misheard what you thought you heard.
Kent, you want to start fire? Kirk and his 3 earrings?
Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Really? That's cool.
Girls beefing music the same way guys beefing music?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got some beefs out there?
A lot.
The toxic me.
I mean, hate the bitch.
Who?
The Muppy. Like, I got into this game and I came in on a show called Love and Hip Hop. I talked about my abuse and I didn't say anybody's name. There was this Muppet in the corner yapping. And even till this day, when Beyonce sent me flowers and everything, she subliminally, but not subliminal, talked about me and everything. When I go through bookings and everything, It's always her name. Don't book her for shows. So you're attempting to even stop money for how I take care of my child and everything. All because of what? All because you ain't got no edges. All because of your sister really the star. This is what this is about. All because of the man that you love tried to talk to me before you, in the middle of you, and after you. All because I'm from the country, but you are the bumpkin. It is always something with this loudmouth coyote. And I mind my business. I don't say much. I don't say anything, Cam. But as soon as I say something, it is this and that. I'm to the point I am for women united and all of this.
Cap.
No, I am.
Cap.
I swear for cracks and cheese. I'm for
You
women
can't
united, but I'm
say-
gonna tell you one thing, I'm
you
gonna slap
can't-
the
you-
fuck out of her.
You can't
On
do that.
sight.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
That's why I say it's cap. You can't say women empowerment and then
Yes, I can.
you can't do that.
That is a Muppet, not a woman.
No, you can't say
I
that.
can say
you can't
that.
say that. You can't. Okay, if we talking about accountability from top to bottom,
Give it to me.
we talking about accountability
Give
from
me.
top to bottom.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
She embodies your stereotypical sister that's loud, ratchet, and ghetto. By the way, she was engaged 3 times. If I haven't already said it, she's been engaged 3 times. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Your sisters are the most engaged and the least married.
You've been divorced 18 months. How long you been engaged?
A week.
What are the odds of me finding 2 women that have been engaged a week? She's
She
50.
remarried.
How old are you?
I'm sorry? I'm 24.
Okay.
She remarried.
So at 24 years old, why aren't you married yet?
So I have a boyfriend.
Why aren't you married yet? Did you go to college?
Yes.
Okay. What college did you go to?
Do I have to say my school out loud?
I don't care. Did you graduate?
Yes.
Okay. By 20, did you notice it? Did you have any college friends that you went to school with, white friends, non-black friends that are getting married? Because when I was good, most women are getting married right out of college between 22 and 25.
A lot of I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound racist or anti-Semitic or anything like that, but a lot of my Jewish friends were married during college. and they were
Exactly.
young.
And so when I ask you, why aren't you married? You look like I asked you something difficult. Why aren't you married yet?
No, I don't think it's difficult.
Don't want to get married this young?
I love my boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy being in a relationship.
Right. You better say that shit because you're gonna see the video. But why aren't you marrying him yet?
He wants to get married.
Okay. So he's broke.
No, he's not broke.
So what's wrong with him?
Nothing's wrong with him.
So let me get this right. He's not broke and he wants to marry you, but you don't want to get married. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I never said I don't want to get married.
Well, I asked you, why aren't you married?
We're just not married yet.
How long you been together?
We've been together. We're going on 2 years.
Why aren't you married? I'll take the 6 months. So let me get this right. He wants to get married.
Yes.
He's told you he wants to marry you.
Yes.
And you told him to go buy a ring,
Yes.
and he hasn't.
Oh, I have a ring, yeah.
He's dropped on one knee and proposed to you.
Yes.
And you said what?
Of course I said yes.
You-
But we
hold
just
on,
can't say-
whoa. Of course you said yes. That would make a fiance, not a boyfriend.
I mean,
No. I was very clear. You dropped on one knee, ring, proposed, you said yes. That makes a fiance, not a boyfriend.
yes.
So why are you calling your fiance your boyfriend?
Because it's very new.
That's bullshit. Most women who
That's
are
not bullshit.
that's not
That's not
no,
bullshit.
that is bullshit.
Because
That
when
is
you have a
bull that is
birthday
bullshit.
and you
That
don't
is
give up your
bullshit.
birthday.
When women
No, it's
get
not.
engaged into a man they like and they got a ring, they can't wait. They brushing their hair all the time and look, either show me your ring. Give me a hand. Show me the hand. Put your left hand up.
Wait, hold on.
Show me.
Oh,
No, let's give me your left hand.
it's in my dresser.
You ain't
It's
engaged.
right here.
No, see, guys, ladies, pay attention. This woman came on giving you advice. She has a boyfriend who she says is a fiance that she don't even claim. The ring ain't even
That's
on
not
her
true.
finger.
I'm gonna
Ain't
say-
even on her finger. Yeah, yep. See, here's what's called. She's what I consider to be pretty rich. She's what I consider to be pretty rich. Let me tell you what's wrong with pretty rich women like this. Pretty rich women are some of the worst women to deal with. Why? If this was a man that she wanted to marry, first thing, she would have married him a long time ago. She damn sure wouldn't be calling a fiance a boyfriend. This is why I tell you, BBD, don't trust a big butt and a smile. You better not be trusting this pretty face just because she says something. See, women like that tend to think men like myself get enamored with their looks. I'm not impressed. I see pretty women all the time. I don't let you just say some shit because you're pretty. So what? I get down to the meat of it. I question her just like I question everybody else, and you see the same BS. Another black woman who's apparently stringing some guy along because if he bought her a ring and it ain't on her finger, I asked her if she's married. I wish I could rewind it. Are you married? Oh, this chick ain't got no plans on marrying this dude. She wait until a better dude come by. Homeboy, if you're watching, rewatch this tape with your therapist and act accordingly.
When you look at the Shade Room comments, they all remind you of K. Michelle. Quick to try to hold somebody accountable. Quick to try to sit over here and, oh, well, you know, I'm about to go ahead and mama him. But the whole time, y'all are just a bunch of single mothers with no ring and no man to show up for it. And when you look at all of the sisters in the comments, it's just a bunch of single mothers saying, hey, well, yeah, man, most definitely this man this man that. When these sisters can't even pick up a man themselves. K. Michelle has shown time after time after time that you had an opportunity to create a family. You had an opportunity to create a family and actually practice what you preach. But once again, no man really wants to deal with you. No man really wants to deal with you. Now, she might say that, hey, well, I'm the reason none of these engagements went through. That should say something. That should say something. And she wants to use country singers, right? She wants to use the country genre to compare it to to our black genre, to rap, hip hop, R&B. And she's saying that, hey, well, listen, the type of music that we make, it will never see a day of light in your country music. Your career will sink. But this is the same woman. This is the same woman. Once again, this makes up your sisterhood. A bunch of hypocrites. This is the same sister who sat up here and made a whole song about sleeping around.
Whatever the dick may land, he ain't nothing special. I just wanted him for sex.
That's the one who just said that about country songs. Okay, cool. She's crazy.
At what point in the black community do our men create real?
And then you sit over here and try to dip and dabble into your country music, or at least into trying to bring out all of these country dudes. It's like, man, like, what are you talking about? And this is why can't nobody take a lot of your sisters seriously. This is why can't nobody take this chick seriously. Sis is delusional. Sis got issues. But once again, look at all your sisters in the Shade Room. They all mimic her. They all are like her.
Being that you're living your life and you are who you are, you have your significant other who is who she is. Do you ever at night and when you're alone or in a space ever feel like you're speaking and things are hurting her?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel? Like, what does that do to you?
It took her to tell me that. I didn't know. Because you got to understand, too, that people have to give other people grace because those aren't prerequisites of understanding for most men. And I always say this about men. Men don't register things the same way females do. Meaning, I don't know how that make you feel. I know. If you ask me a question, would you hit? Yeah, I hit. But you standing next to your woman. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, would you hit?
Do you see, like, I don't even get into that, but the attack that your significant other gets, I feel is very unfair.
And it's in large part self-inflicted.
What you mean?
Meaning inside the household, I bring these attacks to her. She used the words, not me. She said, baby, I feel like a piñata.
They've liked her before y'all have become a couple.
For sure.
And some things that she has said, might have offended women in other ways, like, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, something called drunk. That dick.
Things, and this is why I always tell females, and I'm grateful that we're having this conversation and you're asking me these questions, because even as strong as I am, even as successful and how much money, I still need help. Help meaning, you got to tell me, babe. Like, I don't know how this is affecting. No, for sure. And sometimes women lead with, you know, you're supposed to lead. And that could be like, hold on, but I still need you to give me insight so I can lead us, right? And we have these conversations. That's what I'm saying. I'm an open book.
I didn't know how you were going to be like in a conversation, because I'm like, I'm going on his show. And one thing, I've made a living off of singing the thoughts and writing the thoughts
in real time
and the true feelings of women.
Let's read these comments. Cam saying men and females says a lot about how he views women. He views women the exact way y'all want him to view y'all. Stop it. Right? Stop it. And once again, we can keep sitting over here pointing fingers and kind of keep saying Cam is an issue. If we're being honest here, and I don't agree with Cam having all of these kids all left and right, nilly-willy, whatnot. But if we're just being honest here, right? Biblically speaking, back then, did men not have multiple wives? Did men not have multiple wives that they can take care of? That's the reason why. That's the reason why you would have multiple wives, because you have to be able to take care of them. But the only thing Cam is missing is that back then they kept them all in one community. So it ain't nothing just to go from door to door to door. All those kids, if he had 20 kids, every last kid is going to be able to see each other, be able to see their father every single day, right? You got your baby mothers being sister wives. So if we're being technical, you can still do that, right? You can still do that. But of course, at least in this day and age, of course, you just want to have one household, right? For me, I only want to have one household, one woman, multiple kids. But once again, he can have multiple wives if he truly wanted to, and have multiple homes if he really wanted to. And if we're going to keep trying to hold these men accountable, you got to hold the women accountable first. It starts there. The same women that Nick Cannon is knocking up, that Cam Newton is knocking up, all will be the same women that are in your Shade Room comments. The same women that are in Shade Room comments that are trying to condemn Cam Newton and Nick Cannon would not mind being Cam Newton's and Nick Cannon baby mother. That's just a fact. And then for K Michelle to sit here and say that, well, your man don't even really want to take care of the kids. Y'all see what DDG is going through, right?
I hate that every time I got something going good, it's always some type of drama, some type of something going on in my life. I've been doing really good. I've been keeping my head down, just working, waking up every day, working, dealing with this shit on the same breath. Nobody will really know. And she got this fucking golden image that I've also protected. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep doing that because I'm a real nigga. But this shit is foul, bro. Like, if I want to come get my son, I should be able to get my son. Plain and simple. The shit that's said to me is so, if niggas heard it, it's on some leave us alone type shit. I'm like, bro, like, now I can see if no nigga in the world can tell me that I'm a deadbeat or a bad dad. No nigga in the world can ever say that to me. If my son can talk, he'll tell you my pops is the realest nigga ever. This nigga fuck with me. I wish I can be around him more. I don't get the chance to, bro. It's not cool. Like, it's like, all right, like I have never took my son out of the state before. Never been able to. I don't have permission. Like, it's like I have a fucking second mom. Like, I gotta ask my second mom, hey, can I take my son? Can I take our son somewhere? But if she wanna get up and leave the country, and I always said a little shit on the internet like, oh, I don't see how dads can't be in they son life and this and that. It be the mom, bro. It don't even be the dads for real. Like, the dads wanna be there. But if the mom don't want you to be there, you can't be there. Like, I was there the whole process. I should have just as much say so as possible. It's not cool, bro.
All of these women are keeping men away from their children. What are we talking about here, K Michelle? What are we talking about here? And then your body is as fake as all get out. You literally have a Kim Kardashian's body, and you want to sit here and try to hold this man accountable. Ma'am, you are no better. You are no better. You have your whole body is probably fake. You got fake butt, you got fake titties, fake hair, fake nails, fake eyelashes, been engaged 3 times, not married, but been engaged 3 times, and you're argumentative as all get out. If Cam Newton really wanted to turn that up, he probably could have. He probably could have, and it would have went left. But we keep allowing these type of women to try to sit here and speak, because the sad thing about it is your other women, as long as you can sit here and hold another man accountable, they don't even care about your past. They don't care that you can't, they don't care, man, that you can practice what you preach. Prime example, you have Miss Bryant. I'm not going to call her Dr. Bryant no more because she's not even a doctor. She's not even a doctor, but we're going to talk about Miss Bryant. The fact that I believe she said she's been engaged numerous of times, but then she wants to come over here and then try to make it seem as if she can try to hold somebody accountable like Cam Newton.
There's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar.
I almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it? Because you've been talking about accountability. You've been talking about high functioning, and you literally told me in my situation, because of the type of high functioning and low functioning people I'm choosing.
Yep.
Why hasn't it worked for you?
For the first few, I was low functioning, and I was still in my healing journey. And so I law of attracted low functioning.
That happened all 4 or just the first?
The first, I would say like the first 2 or 3.
2.
Definitely low functioning of myself.
How were you low functioning that found things that where you thought this was your match, this was your person, and then it still didn't go through because you were low functioning?
I take accountability. It was my fault because I knew all of them were not my person. And so this is why I say it's not their fault, because these men wasn't no infidelity. You know, they weren't beating on me. I attract good men, but I wasn't in the space of being ready to marry them. But I needed them to be good for me, Nick, because I needed.
And all she cared about is how she looked. And then on top of that, she says she doesn't want to deal with a man with kids, but yet whole time she over here pretty much trying to give 50 Cent an opportunity. 50 Cent has 2 children. One of them he's beefing with. But once again, and as you can see with Sis Bryant, right? We're gonna call it Sis Bryant. You can't even you can't even answer the question about 50 Cent. And this is the issue that we have with your sisters in our community today. They are a bunch of hypocrites that contradict themselves. And then they jump into the pool of women that we have to pick from. And they're going to be the same ones that tell us, man, y'all black men need to do better. How and why? And why? When we can sit here and see DDG constantly going through something with Halle Bailey. He can't even see his kids. We done sat here and saw nothing but proof of how she was talking to this man. I believe she stabbed this man. She has issues, but the court still give the child to the woman. That doesn't make any sense, people. That does not make any sense. But then you hear this bird brain trying to give advice when, ma'am, you're not even qualified to even give advice. You've been engaged 3 times and haven't even married none of them. You're a hypocrite. You sitting over here talking about, man, y'all men sit over here and talk about sex. You won't ever see that man with these women over here in country music. Well, understand, man, that your woman over there in your country music, your woman over there in that genre, they're not like your Glorillaz, right? You got to understand that these rappers who talk about their side women, these women that are just all willy-nilly, these women that just give it up to anybody, they're talking about your Cardi B's. They're talking about your Glorillaz. They're talking about your Lottos. They're talking about your Nicki Minaj's, right? I mean, none of those sisters you would see over there in country music. You don't see any woman in the country music, in the country genre, doing what these women are doing. You don't see none of those women in the country genre acting like your sisters that you will see in the Shade Room, acting like your sisters that you will see who are pillars of the sisterhood. Your Cardi B's of the world, your Lottos of the world, your Ruby Rose of the world. So once again, a lot of y'all sisters need to temper it, chill out, just chill out. Because once again, all you're going to do is just keep proving our points. All you're going to do is keep proving the man's point. Y'all can sit here and talk as much as you want, but at the end of the day, y'all don't even practice what you preach. It's ridiculous. Then somebody else says, Miss Bryant is clearly incredible at her job. He is still referencing that conversation almost a year later. She's not good at her job. She just talks. She's just very confident in what she is saying, and she's still wrong. She tried to coin the term high functional individuals, but then this is the same woman that was sitting over here trying to fight people on trying to fight people on the show. Once again, this is your sisterhood, a bunch of hypocrites. Then somebody else says, this a man who is fully aware of his choices but doesn't have the discipline to make changes because women allow it. I'm glad you can at least say women allow it, because once again, it starts with them. But hey, right? It doesn't start with a woman who has access, who gives access to sex. It never starts with them. It's ridiculous. But hey, you're just going to continue to allow them to make excuses. But then somebody else says, when she started crying, I felt that. Oh my gosh. Then somebody else says, he's still triggered by the conversation he had with Miss Bryant. LOL. Then somebody else says, I'm so proud of my sister. I'm in tears. This needed to be said. Great discussion, and you look absolutely beautiful. Then somebody else says, I pray these type of men stay very, very far away from me. The end. Now, guys, I went ahead and saw She.Sade. I believe that's the name. She says, I pray these type of men stay very, very far away from me. The end. Once again, I'll tell you, these sisters that's in the Shade Room comment are a bunch of hypocrites. You go look at her page. Sis is a single mother of two. Sis is a single mother of two, but yet you want to say, keep these men far away from you. I'm telling you right now, if Nick Cannon gave her the opportunity, she will add a third to that group. But hey, leave it to the sisterhood, man. They have the answers to everything, but they can't practice it themselves. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Y'all let me know down below. What do y'all think?